So the interest rate we've assigned to the present value analysis of 5.1%. That's actually a higher interest rate than what you're paying on the associated bond issue, but had we certified assessments, generally you'll certify at 1 percentage point higher than the bond interest rate, and that would have been 5.1%. So I've assigned that same 5.1% to this so that you can maximize. Sense.
Anybody else?
So are we still, just a point of clarification, are we still kicking in the Penberg levy then, of $20,000?
That's still figured in.
That's still part of it?
Yep.
Because this thing has changed quite a few times, so.
The only thing that's changed tonight is the tool.
Okay.
And that was sort of a surprise to all. The $20,000 Penberg levy is still primarily covering the assessment associated with the community center, but that little extra benefit would be still applied just as it was before.
So the $20,000 would just be a bookkeeping entry?
Right, so as Kathy's working on the budget and establishing the debt service levy, you can reduce it 20 grand, well, basically include the 20 grand in there, correct?
Just a bookkeeping entry?
Yeah, basically.
So you want a motion to set the public hearing on the 25th?
That's up to you.
Well, this is the next step in what we're doing if we're going to go forward with this.
Correct.
I would move we set the public hearing for the 25th.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Robertson, second by Mr. Hansi. Any more discussion?
We'll say that motion is for resolution 2011.
That's 016. You're going to want two different motions.
016 for that public hearing, okay?
Anybody else? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes. We have another resolution, 2011-017, public hearing for the proposed business subsidy.
I'll move. Second.
Motion by Mr. Bunky, second by Mr. Robertson. That's a $160,000 subsidy. Has that been?
It's all considered part of the subsidy
So
package.
it's not exactly the number being assigned, it's the subsidy period.
Right, it's the EDA revolving loan. It is the reduction in the price of the land, basically those two items combined.
Okay.
That will represent the subsidy that we will declare at the public hearing.
That sounds good. Any more questions?
That doesn't include the low interest loan.
Well, the revolving loan would have to be, we would declare that at the business subsidy hearing on top of the reduction in price of land. All of that becomes part of the package. No.
Well, the point is, the council approved the $60,000, but the council hasn't approved the additional $100,000.
I don't think that's ever come to the council.
It never has.
Right. That was a part of the deal I really wasn't involved in. So I don't have.
Well, that was before
comment on
tax
that.
abatement came into play in all this.
Correct.
So, any more questions? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I see we have the new city administrator here. I thought maybe he might have some questions.
Just a couple. One, what's the record in the county of approving abatement projects?
Actually, since you left Fillmore County years ago, they have established a policy. They've done a cooperative abatement in Harmony, and they've agreed to a cooperative abatement in Chatfield.
Have they turned any down?
Those are the only two requests they've ever had that I'm aware of.
So we're batting 1,000.
Well, okay. Past performance is not an indication of future performance.
Got it.
Right.
Then the next question would be is, would a letter from the mayor from the council be helpful to take to the county board tomorrow, or are we not at that point?
Actually, support by elected officials go a long way to helping get things approved. I don't think it's required for tomorrow.
Okay. So at some point,
Prior to their hearing in May, it would probably be helpful, correct?
and likewise, if you're going to be at the county board meeting, would you need me or someone else there? to show support, or are we still not at that level yet?
That is, I'll leave that up to you if you'd like to be there. I'm on at 9:45 tomorrow morning.
Okay.
It certainly couldn't hurt. I know when we did the deal in Harmony, the administrator was there, and of course when Chatfield, Mr. Young was there as well. So, but with you being so new and trying to get acclimated, I'll leave that.
Well, it's up to the council. Mayor, if you think it's worth my time to be up there to make sure that this thing goes through, I'm not sure how much I can add as far as background of the project, but I can at least show support from the council.
And perhaps maybe it'd be useful, and then if you could even get there a little early, maybe we could spend some time bringing them up to speed as well.
Is that worthwhile for me to?
Help get it approved, yes.
Okay.
I think so.
I will be there.
How about we meet at 9 o'clock at the courthouse?
This is just to ask the county to set a hearing.
That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So would it be more important to be at the hearing?
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be more important for that? Because
Absolutely.
I'm thinking of levy conference
Yep.
call tomorrow at 10. You wouldn't be back by
I would not. So what's the cost of me not being at that meeting?
I think you'd get a lot out of that.
Okay.
That's a lot out of that.
You grab an arm and I'll grab it. That's fine. I think I can handle the meeting just fine. I was involved in the last two at the county. And in fact, I represent the county too, so I think we'll be fine.
Okay, I'll leave it to your judgment. But at the time you need somebody there
Right.
in the future, make sure you let me know.
And then we're going to need to spend some time anyway,
Absolutely.
giving you some history, so.
I like history.
All right. Is there anything else?
Anything else for Mr. Buhani?
Oh, the only other thing is, and I'm the last time I did an abatement was many, many years ago, but is the school district still involved or not? They've taken them out of the abatement?
They are involved in a unique way. The bond issue that's associated with the improvements is a 20-year bond.
Mhm.
And we're basically looking at about 19 years of abatement. Now, by law, we can only do 15
Right.
unless one of the bodies denies a request to cooperate. So we're going to ask the county, we're hoping they'll say yes. We're going to ask the school and instruct them to say no, so that we can get to the 19 years that we need.
Okay.
It's worth
Got
more
it.
based on the small amount
Okay.
that they could represent, so.
All right. Just checking to make
Does that
sure
make
that.
sense?
Yep,
Okay.
it does. In a convoluted way.
Okay.
And then you, Mr. Chico wanted one more motion from you to say, the deposit from Mr. Suri will go cover the abatement amount of check, right?
Yes.
Record.
You get that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hansi, second by Mr. Dahl. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much.
Very good. I'll let you know what the county says as soon as I know.
Thank you.
Bet.
Thanks, Mike.
You bet.